What do you call a broken can opener?
I don't know. What do you call a broken can opener?
A can't opener. Welcome to Get Lost. Get Lost on air. Can you tell I have resorted to the joke book now? I've run out.
I was gonna say that can't be a TikTok, that's for sure.
No. Yeah, I ran out. Now we're on to the jokes for the John joke book.
Oh, fantastic.
It's just not my own content in any way, shape or form.
It never was.
Nope. No, it was not.
You know what they say? The best artists steal. And so
Did they?
we are stealing.
Who says that? Was it Kanye?
I'm pretty sure it was Obama.
Oh, Obama, the world's greatest artist.
Insult Obama, I dare you. I dare you to insult Obama.
I can't. I like Obama a lot.
Well played.
Yeah. Oi. So, do you remember you were saying that my headset looks like proper gamer shit?
Yeah, it does.
And I made the joke, hey, all I need now is neon lights and I'll look like a streamer.
Did you buy neon lights?
Look! Whoa!
Oh,
I can change the colour. Oh no, I can't.
Actually.
Yeah,
it's just blue.
Issue is they're broken.
You bought broken neon lights. What the fuck?
I'm not sure whether the controller's broken or the thing itself. So we're now stuck on blue for the rest of the fucking episode because I have to go up there and hit the wall to sort it out.
Where the fuck did you buy these?
Amazon, and they're absolute wank. I don't recommend it. Maybe I can throw something at them. Oh, that's probably not a good idea. Vamp for a minute.
Yeah, my housemate used to have a pair of those, but they were like strips along the wall. So you go into his room and he'd have like different buttons.
Yeah.
That is no point. It's pointless me telling the story. Well, you've just missed half the story.
No, you had a housemate who had those, and they were things on the wall.
You're fucking magical, mate. Right.
Yeah, I got ears.
Yeah, so he had them all over his wall, and like you'd go into his room and he's got like this fucking like a little controller that you've got, and it's got like fucking 30 buttons on it or something.
Yeah, it's got fucking loads of little colours and shit on this.
Yeah, there's one of those. You can even fly a plane with one of those.
It's just broken. And also the worst thing is every time I turn the volume up on my TV, the lights come on, and I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused.
That's a bit sus, mate. That's a bit sus.
Yeah. I can't take them down.
That could be ghosts, mate. Quite frankly. But yeah, he used to have this. He'd like get these random contraptions in his room at uni. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And he was doing the review service for Amazon. So what you do, you sign up to this. I don't know if it's a website or what the fuck it is, to be honest. But you sign up to it, and they'd send you free products, and you get to review them all.
Oh.
And it seems like one hell of a gig. But now they're having problems, right? Where people are paying for reviews. So they'll just like pay you £5 and you just leave a review on one of the items that you didn't actually buy off them. And so they're trying to crack down on those kind of things at the moment.
Oh, right. What, like give a fake review and say it's really good when it's not?
Yeah. Yeah, when they just paid you for it. You've taken a cheeky £5.
Yeah, I always worry about that on Amazon and stuff. Like, is this just a bunch of people who just want a bit of money, so they're bullshitting about the product?
That's why you gotta go for the review of like thousands of reviews on it, really.
Yeah, exactly. But I can't take these lights down because as soon as you stick them on the wall and try and take them off, the paint peels off with them. So if I peel them off now, all of the paint in my room is going to come off. So I'm stuck with.
So you're just gonna have to stick the new ones over the top.
Yeah, looks like it.
You can't even return them, to be fair, at this point, mate.
What a fucking waste of money.
Mate, that's a proper lockdown purchase if I've heard one.
Yeah, and it was all just for that one joke to turn it on in the podcast. All for one joke, and it was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
100% worth it. What episode are we on? 64?
64.
Wow.
Yeah, 64 now.
Look at that. We're just.
I know, it's such a
fucking
milestone.
speeding through. Yeah.
5 away from the big one.
5. Wait. Oh. Okay, I get what you mean. I was like, wait, 68. Why is that a big one? I'm stupid.
Wait, I was on the phone to my grandparents last night, right?
Yes.
And as I was talking, I began to realize that I do certain voices for certain people.
Okay.
And it's kind of psychopathic.
What, when you're telling a story?
Not when I'm telling a story, but when I'm having a conversation with people. So like, I'll be talking to my grandparents and I'll use my posh voice.
Oh, I get what you mean.
Like, I've got a posh voice. I'm like the fucking Surrey kids they take the piss out of for having like a mummy and daddy voice and a street voice. You know?
Oh, right. You're like,
yeah.
You turn Tory when you talk to them.
yeah, absolutely. Like, mega Tory, like voted Brexit, against gay rights, all that shit. Love and fox hunt.
It's actually support Boris Johnson.
Exactly, bro. I'm tacking up the horses tomorrow morning.
Because you've got quite a posh voice anyway, so I'd love to hear what your voice sounds like when you talk to your nan and granddad.
It's not only the voice though; it's the language. So
oh no,
it will go from "oh, it was a nightmare" to "oh, it was bloody awful."
You turn into Russell Brand.
Russell Brand's more like, it was bloody eucalyptified.
Yeah, he does. He says such big words. It's insane. It was absolutely insane, and it just transcends the normal realms of possibility.
I just feel these vibrations go through my body and my soul, and
I was voted top shagger in in these magazines. I've just had my baby son, a boy, but my biggest achievement is the fact that I was voted top shagger in People magazine.
Actual conversation he had with the Pope.
The Pope.
That's so funny though, because I wonder if he brings up that kind of stuff with because he's very much in the spiritual market at the moment.
He is.
So I'm wondering when he talks to I don't know if he's spoken to the Dalai Lama. I know he's got like Eckhart. He's like got some of the biggest spiritual beings, I guess, on his podcast. So like Eckhart Tolle, for example, like he's a huge spiritual leader for a lot of people. I don't know if leader's the right word, but spiritual hub, I guess. And so he managed to get him on his podcast. Katie
Price.
Bro, those tits are from another dimension.
Yeah, they are hypnotic.
They calm my mind, that's for sure.
I don't know if they calm me. I don't know. Calm wouldn't be the word I'd use.
Send you to sleep.
But he's a crazy man. I watched him on have you watched the show Hot Ones?
Yes, I've seen some videos.
It's fucking great. For anyone who doesn't know what Hot Ones is, it's a show where this guy's done like over 200 episodes of this, and he interviews celebrities, like A-list celebrities, and makes them after each question or before each question, he makes them eat a hot chicken wing with a different sauce on it, and it gets hotter and hotter as it goes. So by the end of it, most of them are fucking crying. And I've known it was a thing for a long time. Literally crying their eyes out. But I've known it was a thing for a long time. But like, I just started watching them, and holy fuck, they're good. They're so good.
They're going to. That's where the that meme came from Ant-Man, where he's like, "Look at us." Look at us.
Oh yeah,
do you remember?
Yeah. I do remember. And it's also the meme of Shaquille O'Neal, where he does that fucking face when he eats a hot wing and he goes, "Ooh."
I think he actually says the whole "look at us" thing in one of the Marvel films as well. I think it's the second Ant-Man. I don't know how intentional it was. I don't know if that's why, but it does seem a bit suspicious that he was memed, and then in the film, he goes, "Oh, look at us."
Oh, that's great. I fucking love Paul Rudd.
I really hope that was legit.
Do you know he's 51 years old, Paul Rudd?
Jesus Christ.
51
he's
years
aged,
old.
he's aged like a king, hasn't
He has. He hasn't changed since, because he was in Friends in like the 90s, and he looked exactly the same.
Mate, it's him and Jennifer Aniston could like be grandparents. How strange is that?
It's weird. That is those
Great grandparents, to be fair, at this point.
I mean, 51. I don't know about that.
If they planned it well.
if you're strategic about it, yeah.
Exactly. I think so. 17. You could be grandparent by 34. Another 17-year-old, you're 51. Yeah, I think that works.
Fucking hell, that was good maths.
Thank you.
It was very good maths. I'm impressed about that. But yeah, this show is fucking insane. And
17 times 3. Right. Anyway, Gary.
Yeah, you laugh, Mr. fucking maths major, or whatever the fuck you are. I don't know. I don't even know.
I did 17 to 34 and you're on disbelief.
Yeah, I don't... Mate, I don't know my timetables, and I will never... I don't need to know them. They were so important in school, but I just don't need to know them.
I could bring you to like a year 4 maths lesson and you'd be like, fuck, how are you guys doing
I'd struggle. I would. I genuinely would struggle.
Teach me your ways.
Do I actually need it? Because I've got a calculator on my phone, which is on me at all times.
What if your phone dies? Huh? What if you're stuck in the Sahara Desert and you need to make a quick calculation? Your phone's 1,000 miles away. You've got 51 camels to divide between 3 people.
Okay, but would I need to do it on the spot, there and then, in fucking 5 seconds? No.
You can't just go home. You can't just go home and come back. You got to do it.
No, but I'd get more than like fucking... I wouldn't need it off the top of my head. I could work it out. Rather, having all that mental math shit in your brain is just pointless. Because you've got a calculator.
I'm never dividing up camels with you, though, that's for sure.
Well, I'll find someone else then. Did you know camels don't
do anyway?
I don't like you, so I've got a different camel
home.
buddy. Did you know that the camels don't keep the water in the hump? I was always taught that the water is held in the hump.
Isn't it? It's fat in the hump, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's just fat, which is obscene.
Yeah, and I thought,
why would you need that much fat if you live in the desert?
Yeah, what's the point? Is a camel hump's just like camel versions of tits. They're just fat balls, but they're on the back instead of the front. Imagine if women's tits were on their back like camels' humps instead of on their chest.
That'd be like it wouldn't be a stegosaurus, it'd be a sexysaurus.
Oh yeah. I mean, would it be as sexy though? Would we have trained ourselves to think that they're that sexy if they were on the back instead of on the front?
It'd be more convenient for when you're holding your baby around the back.
Yeah,
you just piggyback your baby, and one, it could sit on the tit.
Yeah.
Secondly,
you could sit on the bottom tit while sucking on the top tit.
Exactly. And then if you had like twins, you'd have a baby beneath.
Yeah.
As well.
But then you'd need a third tit for it to sit on. Unless you got a dump truck ass.
There you go.
There we go.
Squats, ladies.
That's insane. Do you think we're going to evolve anymore? And probably not get tits on the back instead of front.
I don't know. I could see it happening.
Yeah.
Got a couple of genomes going in the right direction. I feel like we might be onto something.
Yeah. Maybe we could get them on the back and the front. So that no matter what sex position you're doing, you still get to see boobs.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
I'd be a bit freaked out.
Yeah, I can.
At least it would balance women out, because they always complain that they've got back problems, don't they?
Yeah, so they'd just be really fucking heavy.
Yeah, but at least they'd be balanced. They wouldn't be
Trying to buy t-shirts would be a nightmare as well. You'd have to get back bras.
Do you think we'd allow humans to evolve to the point where they've got 2 fully grown tits on their back and not have already come up with a solution for the t-shirt problem? We're like, right, we're fully evolved now, but fuck, we never actually sorted out the t-shirt issue.
It's gonna have to be gowns for everybody. But you'd see a girl like in dressing gown in public and you'd be like, oh, I know what's going on there.
Yeah. Bitch has got 4 boobs. She's like a cow.
She's wearing a silk dressing down gown to the club.
Yeah.
You know, getting a lot of male attention.
I can't wait to go back to a club.
Same.
Can't wait. It feels so wrong when I see people on films or anything in any form of public space.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Dirty.
It kind of feels like another reality. Like, I was on the phone to my grandparents who live in Australia, and in Australia, there's no masks now. People aren't wearing. They're not wearing masks. They haven't had a case in like 2 weeks. No case.
Lucky.
And I was like, that's another reality.
Yeah, what the fuck?
To what we're experiencing over here.
It is. It's so weird. This time last year, it wasn't even in the UK.
Yeah, that is nuts, isn't it? That is nuts. And I remember when I first heard about coronavirus, I thought it was a joke. I was taking the piss. I was like, oh, well, coronavirus is going to come kill us. And then it did.
So did I, because for one, the name coronavirus, I thought it was just something to do with the beer and everyone was just taking the piss because I hadn't read up on it or anything. I was like,
it does sound like a myth, doesn't it? It sounds like something someone's made up. It's like, is Budweiser virus coming next? Like,
exactly, yeah. But no, and I heard, I think it was Cardi B do that whole coronavirus thing, that whole meme that went around.
Was that Cardi B?
I think it was.
Oh, the old girl.
And that feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. I went clubbing the night before we went into the first lockdown.
Did you?
Yeah, and that was that at the time it didn't feel particularly risky.
No.
I was just going to the club, and the next morning I was like, maybe I'll come into contact with people with the old Rona, but it's not a big deal. But now that would be end of the world. Like, if I took my mask off in a supermarket, I'd be socially condemned.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, even the thought, which is quite sad, the thought of, like, say if you meet someone, meet a girl, and you're like, you want to take her out on a date or something, or you both want to go and do something, but coronavirus now feels like AIDS or something, where like you don't know whether to trust whether they've got it or not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, have you been tested? Have you been tested recently? Because I don't want to catch this shit.
People are more scared of coronavirus than they are syphilis, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's true. God, we haven't spoken about coronavirus for a while. We went through a period of probably 20 episodes where every single episode we were talking about it. And this has been the first time in a while, I think. Go us.
Absolutely smashing it. It was like, I think it was just, we just got bored of it. I noticed us just talking about Boris Johnson every episode.
Yeah.
Like, this has got to stop. This isn't the Boris fan club. This isn't the Boris Johnson podcast. Like,
exactly. What are we going to do when he dies? We're just going to have nothing to talk about.
We literally worked out that you could do an accent and decided to do a podcast on it every fucking week.
Maybe we should just work on different accents instead and start doing impressions of other people.
Literally.
Yeah. But we did, apart from like at last episode or the episode before when we did the questions game themed like Boris Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna. I was gonna jump into an accent, but I'm not gonna do it because I'll fall into it and we'll spend the entire time doing it.
Don't want to relapse. We're gonna have to take you to rehab at this.
BJ lapse.
It'll be you and Amy Winehouse just chilling together. Like.
Yeah. Do you ever wake up and just in a really, really good mood and get suspicious? I do this shit, and other people get suspicious as well.
You get suspicious of life,
of your own happiness,
of the fact that you're in a good mood.
Yeah, the fact that I'm in a good mood, and people get suspicious as well, because if you're in a really good, happy, chirpy mood, people they go, oh, so what's happened? Why are you in such a good mood? Or like, even I'll go, what happened to me? Why am I so happy right now? And then I did it the other day, and then I was like, why do I need a reason to be happy? That shouldn't be a thing. I should just be able to be happy and chirpy.
It's not very bloody British of you, Clark. You see.
No, exactly. I felt like an American. I felt like a young American living the American dream, thinking that I can do anything. When really, reality, I'm a fucking Brit.
Fucking Brits, you're just conditioned to be sad.
Exactly.
And the only way Brits can bond is through their shared pain.
It's true, which is a really sad life.
It is. It's quite frustrating, to be honest. It is quite annoying. Like, I saw a video once about how when Brits are talking about the weather, they're not talking about the weather. So when a British guy talks about the weather, he's talking about his mood. He goes, oh, it's been quite rainy recently. Translate to, I tied the noose, but I didn't do it. Or if he goes, oh, there's a spot of cloud. It's like, meh.
Things are looking up, but it could always get worse.
Yeah, like, my wife still doesn't give me blowjobs, but we sleep in the same bed now.
Yeah, she'll give me a spoon at night, but that's about it.
Mind you, that's only for the creme brulee.
How many couples do you think are out there that literally just stay together because they're married and they don't love each other?
That's a question in itself, isn't it? I
did ask it.
I should probably answer it. That's a question in itself.
Well, that's a question. All right,
that's
thanks.
a question. Sound like an English teacher, doesn't it? Use the verb at the end of that question. I don't know, mate.
What's a question in itself? I'm not.
Maybe like 13 couples. What did you want? Like a statistical analysis? You thought I got the fucking government stats in my back pocket? Or you're gonna pull out and just be like, yep, this is how many couples don't like each other anymore.
Let's work it out. Put that mental maths to the fucking use.
I don't know. It's interesting because when you're in a couple, when you're in a relationship, you don't like each other all the time. That's how it is. But I guess there is a whole nother level of I literally don't want to be married to this person anymore. Like, and you that's like sometimes that's like a plateau for some people and they get stuck there. But should you stay for the kids? I know like the common narrative at the moment is if you're in an unhappy marriage that you should get divorced.
Yes.
But maybe that's not the case. I don't know. What do you reckon? Like, if you're in a relationship and you've had children, you are married, you've got a couple of kids, they depend on you for income.
How old are they?
5 and 7.
Oh.
So young, but not grossly young.
It's so difficult because on the one hand I want to be really selfish and say like, do you know what, fuck them all, I want to but then again you can't give your kids like the best life if you're not happy, if you're not loving life, you know. If you hate the fact that you're in this house with this woman that you don't love, then it's gonna show, I think.
I'd agree, but there is a cost to you not being there, being the other side of it.
Yeah.
And like they miss out on the best years of their dad without their dad, seeing him like once every other weekend. But then again, it's like, what are you teaching them about relationships? Like if you just see your parents and they just don't love each other at all.
Exactly, yeah.
Grow up and just assume that's what relationships are like, and
they're going to grow up in a toxic environment because you're going to be arguing. If you don't like this person that much, you're going to argue.
Yeah.
And you don't want your kids to grow up like around that, do you?
I mean, the amount of divorces there are at the moment is crazy. It's crazy.
It's gone up a lot, hasn't it? People seem to take... But the thing is, people get married really, really quick, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some people take ages. Some people take like 7 years or some shit, which is... At the moment, it's 42% of the marriages end in divorce.
Really?
42%. That's almost half.
Jesus Christ. It's scary.
So almost about half of every wedding you go to will end in divorce.
I feel like most blokes only get married for the woman anyway, because the woman wants a wedding, and most blokes are like, yeah, fuck it. I know that I like you and I want to stay with you, but I could happily not get married.
Yeah. And I think that is the case. Because what is there to gain from marriage?
Well, if you're Jeff Bezos' wife, then a fucking lot.
I might marry Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. What is there to gain? I mean,
I don't know. For the woman, obviously 50% of everything, but maybe she's earning just as much as he is. That's that goes off the presumption that he's earning more.
Yeah, now that like back in the day, it would have been different.
Yeah, the woman would lose like her entire source of income, which is awful. Like that would have been such a hit back in the day. I bet the divorce rates back then were tiny. I bet if your husband cheats, you just let him. You walk in and I'm just like, oh, there's only so much I can really do about this.
I need the money. Yeah, I mean, what is it? I mean, you get to wear a cool ring.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty
and
cool.
the stag do.
The stag do, yeah, but that's the last bit of fun you have, isn't it?
That's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's depressing.
That is depressing. That's not how you should go into a stag do. You shouldn't go in there thinking this is my last night of happiness.
like a professional football player playing his last game of football.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how they all start crying when they come off the pitch at the end.
Hanging up my boots.
Sat as a pundit for the next 10 years.
Yeah. I mean, the last day of happiness should be the day before your kid's born, surely.
That's it. You see the little fucker coming out the pussy and you're like,
yeah, you're like, wow, you ruined the pussy and you're ruining my life.
You ruined the pussy.
Yeah. Sad shit.
I mean,
we're at such a weird age now where people are having babies, but then also people are like us where we're just completely lost in life.
People get married.
Yeah. This is the early 20s is the weirdest, or like first half of 20s up until 25, I think, is the weirdest age to be.
Yeah, because you got some people starting entire families, and you've got other people recording Pokemon walkthroughs. You know what I mean? Like, there's
fucking losers.
There's levels to this game, bro.
Yeah,
marriage and kids, getting a Pikachu.
This is the first time when we're like, nobody is doing the same thing. It's like it's not been clear what we should all be doing, because up until like we are about 20 years old, everyone sort of follows the same structure. It's like, school, like high school or primary school, middle school, high school, sixth form or college, and then uni or a job. And now we're like, right, it's like we've been thrown into the world and we're just like, fuck it. It's like the tutorial was over and we're just like, fucking do what you want. It's
crazy, isn't it? It's like how everyone before was just like follow each other and compete. And now it's do what you like.
It's so weird. It is literally like on a video game where it's like it teaches you the ropes for the first 20 years. And then as soon as you hit 20, you just go into this open world thing and everyone chooses what they do.
It's like free roam mode, isn't it? It's like trying to play Zelda.
Yeah, when you've got no idea what you're doing.
Zelda's chaos. I've played a Breath of the Wild. There's just shit everywhere.
There's so much to do.
It. There's so much to do. You don't know if you're at the point where you can do that. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's like such a place of uncertainty.
It is. That's where we are. We're just uncertain about life.
It's crazy though when you think about how it takes a human 20 years before it's self-sufficient.
It is, isn't it?
20 years. That's a long time to learn to just be your own species.
Like deers fuck off on their own after like a year, don't they?
Bro, literally, bro. They're like full size after like a year. Yeah,
they're walking as soon as they hit the ground. They fucking stand up and start walking.
Just come out the pussy walking. They just like squeeze out and go.
Yeah, they scramble about for a bit and find their feet, and then they just run.
So yeah,
humans are fucking idiots.
I don't know, there's a lot more to learn. They haven't got to learn maths, to be fair.
Neither have I.
Clearly.
Yeah, exactly. Don't need to learn that. But then they don't have to worry about getting jobs and stuff. Or paying any bills.
You imagine a deer filing your taxes. Like
No.
you go to the accountant. He's we will put one of the new interns on your one. You go and there's just a deer in a suit.
I can't imagine.
That'd be crazy. I feel like we could get to that point if DNA starts getting spliced.
Yeah, maybe we should fucking invest in that.
Should we like make a prediction? Make a bet on a bet exchange that deers will be accountants in 30 years' time.
I would not be willing to bet any money on that.
I don't know. I think it's got legs. I think the biggest stumbling point is the hooves. Once you get through the hooves.
Yeah. And the fact that they've got massive antlers and can barely fit through doors.
Okay, it'd have to be an outdoor office.
Stuck at the doorway.
It'd have to be an outdoor office. You could work with that. I think deer computers would be the problem.
I think the whole thing is very impractical when we've just got humans.
For now, it's impractical. I don't know. We'll leave the humans to do the better shit. We'll be traveling the world, having fun, spending all our Bitcoin.
We'll swap with deers. We'll be the ones roaming the fucking woods and getting hit by cars and jumping out on cars.
Do you reckon that's what's been going on? Like, the animals are just having their chill time at the moment while we like struggle and try to create society and create infrastructure and change the world as we know it. And then after a period, we'll program them.
Yeah.
They'll do all the grunt work.
Yep, and we'll just be running around like fucking lunatics, naked in the forest, like
eating each other. Like, it's like tribal warfare. It'd be like a big game of Fortnite.
Like, I was trying to think of what that book's called, King something, where he's on the island on his own.
Not Lord of the Flies.
No, it was a different one.
King of Staten Island.
No, King Kazuki.
King Konzuki.
King Konzuki.
Something like that. It was Michael Mapurgo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fucking. It's gonna piss me off if I don't. How do you spell Mapurgo? I'm really bad at life.
I'm not judging you. Morpu.
King Katsuki. Is that what it is? King Kensu.
Kensuke.
Kensuke's Kingdom. There we go.
That's the one.
We got there. That's a great book. If I could remember the fucking name.
Michael Mapurgo was a don.
He was. He wrote some good shit.
Yeah, he'll be looked back on well, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he already is. Every kid in schools reads all of Michael Mapurgo's books.
It's brilliant.
What books did he write? I'm not going
to
into this.
this is turned to our book club.
Not fun. Yeah.
this is awful content.
Warhorse. He wrote Warhorse.
Warhorse. That was it.
Yeah.
That was the play that I cried at.
Oh yeah. And you refused to cry at your girlfriend, but you cried at Warhorse.
Hey, I don't cry in human interaction. I just don't. unless it's a play. Unless it's a play of metallic horse structures.
Yeah. Private Peaceful he wrote. I cried at that book. Sad shit.
Yeah, I cry at books quite regularly, to be fair.
I don't read enough. But what I have discovered, a way to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Do you listen to things before you go to bed? Like when you go to sleep, do you put earphones in or something and play music or?
No, I just read.
All right.
I'm a reader.
And what? And that tires you out?
Yeah, because it's a tiring book, to be honest.
It's boring as fuck.
It's just intense. It's called Waking Up by Sam Harris. You know Sam Harris? He's one of the pillars of the dark web. Not the dark web, the intellectual dark web. I don't know what it's called.
I have no idea.
But yeah, he's on YouTube. He's like some sort of neuroscientist talking about it. The whole book's just on consciousness. It's crazy.
Oh, well, that would put me to sleep. But I've found a YouTube channel that if you struggle to fall asleep, you know people talk about that Calm app where you like listen to things that put you to sleep. Yeah,
it was like ASMR.
Yeah. Well, I've found a YouTube channel called Ambient Worlds, which is I don't know if you've ever listened to things like it basically plays background sound as though you're in a certain scene in certain films. And it's fucking great to listen to. There's ones like Lord of the Rings, Middle Earth, like the music and like the ambient sound, so you'd hear like fucking birds and like people walking about and like murmured talking and stuff like that. And there's ones there's ones of all different fucking films. Like there's Star Wars, there's Harry Potter, and it's shit like you hear a fire crackling in the background as you hear like the pages turn of a book, and it's so fucking relaxing.
That's crazy. What's it called?
Ambient Worlds.
Ambient Worlds.
Yeah.
That sounds nuts, bro.
It's fucking great. So they've got like...
Surely if there's a fight scene, though, that's a problem, though.
Yeah, I don't think they put them bits in. So there's like... I'm on their YouTube channel now. The most popular ones on there, they've got Rivendell, which is from Lord of the Rings, apparently. I don't know what that would sound like, but what have I listened to? I've listened to obviously the Hogwarts ones. So being in the Gryffindor common room, it's got like the fire crackling in the background. It's got pages turning, people sort of murmuring and laughing and shit. And it's so relaxing. I'll play a tiny bit. And it plays a bit of the music from the film as well. Oh.
Yeah, that's adorable.
It's pleasant. It's really pleasant.
It's like reminds me of Wayne Rooney, you know.
That's it.
Yeah, Wayne Rooney. He used to. I remember reading in an interview that he used to put the vacuum on every time he went to sleep.
Oh, you did tell me that. Yeah,
so
and it just
funny.
wastes your fucking electricity bill. You'll be through the roof.
All night. I was like,
That's so loud.
You like that? Like, were you born in a slaughterhouse? Jesus, son.
Oh god. Do you believe in ghosts?
Not really. I don't. I haven't thought about it enough, but no, I don't. I don't think I believe in ghosts.
No, it's difficult. A lot of people swear that they've seen ghosts, but I've never ever.
I don't believe that you could see a ghost unless you were on some drug.
Yeah.
In which case, I could imagine you seeing some sort of spiritual being, but I feel even that would be more of a feeling than something you'd
and
actually...
a hallucination.
Yeah.
But people swear they've seen like you know, like a little girl. I used to work in a children's play center thing, and the people I worked with swore that they saw this little girl called Mary. That was like the myth or whatever, because this play center was built on an old train station, and apparently this kid had died at the train station, like got hit by a train or something, and then there were so many stories about how people would be downstairs and hear the actual play center be completely empty, and they'd hear like the swing going, or like they'd hear the music turn on, or hear footsteps, or a child running, or something like that. And I never really believed it because I never experienced it at all. But some of them swore that they saw this little kid in a white dress walk around and fucking not actually be there. But I think that would drive me insane. If I saw this shit, I would literally go insane.
It is crazy to think about. But I feel like
I'd never sleep again.
people's imaginations, man, they're pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people can imagine almost anything.
It's true.
And
it is
regularly
true.
do. Like, and most people's minds aren't trained. Like, in
What
the
do you
sense that, like, you don't notice when it's your mind imagining stuff. Like, like the human ability to see truth isn't just, oh, you can just see truth all the time. It's more like it takes work. It's not. So, like, it's almost like the default is just imagining stuff all the time.
Yeah.
That's where you get, like, the Buddhist monks who, like, meditate, and they, like, their whole thing is getting rid of illusions, right? Their whole thing is just breaking through illusions and illusions of themselves and their own thoughts and stuff that's happening in their mind, which means that before they done that, they had a head full of illusions.
What are they now? Just a head full of nothing.
Less illusions. Less illusions. That's it, I think.
Less illusions. Okay.
Yeah, not as many. Probably, like, more difficult illusions, to be honest, but...
Yeah. It is true, like, your brain is so quick to trick yourself into thinking you've seen something. Like, I'll turn my head and a bit of hair will be in the way, and I'll think that there's fucking a ghost behind me or a monster coming to attack me, but really it's just my fucking crazy hair.
Do you remember being, like, younger and being terrified of there being, like, some sort of monster in the corner of the room when you were little?
I still do that. I still do it because I can trick myself into thinking there's someone there.
I had this exact experience last night. I was lying in bed and I thought, oh, is the garage door open? And then in my head, I was like, oh my God, there's a man in there. There's a man in the garage. We've got some guy and I'm going to have to kick him out of the garage. He's moved in.
Yeah, grab your baseball bat. Let's go.
But I was fully convinced, like 100% convinced that it was in there.
It's mad. I blame The Woman in Black. That film has fucked me up. Every time I'm in a dark room, I'm like, there is a woman standing. Like, there could be one right there, and I don't know.
Mate, that shit is scary. That shit was scary as fuck.
Yes, I've got to say. I've now just turned around just to check there's no one standing behind me. So let's move on to the questions game. No, don't.
It seems to be moving towards you a little bit, buddy.
Stop, because I will turn around. Oh dear, questions game, please.
Okay, let's get it. Okay, so the scene for this week is falling out of the sky. Okay, you're the meteorite that is about to destroy all the dinosaurs, and I'm one of the dinosaurs.
Perfect. You don't seem to be able to say without your voice cracking. I think every week, every episode, you go I don't know what it is about that one word that just turns you into a 15-year-old kid.
I'm gonna have like an outbreak on my right cheek in a second.
It's so funny. Right, so I'm a meteor doing what? Sorry, I was too busy laughing.
You're wiping out the dinosaurs.
Oh, wicked. Who's drawn dinosaurs on the whiteboard? And that's all the time we have.
Cheers for that one.
God, I want to die.
Right, moving on.
So, and you're the dinosaurs. Okay.
What is that?
Can't you tell?
I've never seen one of those before. That's not a question. Oh my God.
Already.
Why is this so difficult?
I don't know. I watched an episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway the other day, and where we nicked the game from, and they're so good at that fucking game.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they still fuck up. So they're professional improvisers, and they still fuck up quite a lot. So
yeah,
it's okay.
It will come with time. Okay. It will come with time. He says in episode 64.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Use hashtag #GetLostOnAir. We've decided, I'm going to just say it now, we decided the best way to end the podcast is just to say, get lost. And I don't know why it took 63 episodes for us to decide that, because that's like having your show called Goodbye and then not saying goodbye at the end. It's like, there is a catchphrase there written for us and we haven't used it at all. So, get lost.